The weft and weave of fate guides.
Words spoil the chase!
Where does bravery come from? Does it come from within? Is it something that can be learned? Do only a few special summoners possess what is necessary to truly be called brave? Some say that a mythical summoner named WRA was the founder of all things brave. He played with L0cust's team one time and was blown away by the number of words they used. Ever since then he took it upon himself to transcend cowardice and become the bravest summoner. But this task was too great and he eventually was taken to heaven by a chariot pulled by 7 flying manatees, never to enter the fields of battle again. RIP. WRA has since faded in our minds, but never our hearts. But much as Splinter was the sensei, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are the driving force behind A's surfer lingo and pizza obsession. WRA is only a teacher. Another summoner would take the reins of the great tradition of bravery and propel it to where it is today. Brave Saint Caller was just an average summoner with a bad elo, less than 1501. Who never thought he could ascend the ranks and become a mid-high elo player. That is, until one fateful day, Caller was playing Pantheon on Summoner's Rift, starting the game with first blood at another kill in lane, as well as an assist on a gonk. Feeling like he was on top of the world, Caller purchased 2 of the mythical snowball items, a Sword of the Occult, as well as a Leviathan. Caller's aim was simple. He was on a roll, so why not become more deadly, as well as harder to kill, at the same time? The gamble paid off. Despite their inefficient starting costs, Caller quickly garnered stacks on both of his legendary items, and was soon sitting on an additional 45 damage and 96 health. He was becoming more and more daring, tower diving the opposing Galio, chasing after the enemy Singed, trying to fight Warwick and Kennen as just a single man. But alas, his foolhardiness cost him his life, and donated 555 extra gold to the opposing team's Morgana. Caller's heart was shattered. He lost 1/3 of his stacks on both of his items. He knew that there was something missing. Mahai's Soul Stealer, the legendary item that his teammate Cassidon carried so well. The book that would teach Caller what bravery truly meant. Caller cautiously purchased the Soul Stealer and read the first few pages, something only the bravest of all Pantheons could do. He was rewarded with 20 ability power immediately. He could feel the energy flowing throughout his veins and he knew what had happened. He had turned into Pantheon. Caller knew he was invincible, and a team fight was breaking out. Using Grand Skyfall to make a startling entrance once the battle had started, Caller immediately garnered a double kill, using reflexes of a tiger and the sixth sense of spider on crack. Caller dodged Morgana's shackles and speared her in the back. Triple kill. He used his mighty shield to stun Warwick and his spear found its mark deep in Warwick's heart. Quadra kill. There was but one enemy champ left on the field, running like a coward. Caller channeled his inner ghost and chased the feeble gargoyle down, using all his might to end the poor beast's wretched existence. Penna kill. The dust settled. Caller could feel a devilish glow coming from within. He knew he was unstoppable. He was a well-rounded killing machine. He was the focus of all his enemies' attention, but it mattered not. Purchasing a trifecta of weapons that would further aid him in his peril, Caller was now equipped with not only the swift zeal, but the powerful phage as well as the cunning sheen. The 3 items were instantly bonded by the radiance of Pantheon's glory. They merged to become the most powerful weapon in history. Trinity Force. Caller went undefeated for the next 30 minutes, slaying anyone who stood between him and the opposing nexus. When all was said and done, Caller's legendary weapons were full of charges. He had literally become a 60-stack Pantheon. In one swift blow, he tossed his spear at the opposing nexus, and destroyed it with a critical strike for nearly 1400 damage. The battle was over. Collar knew he had found something unstoppable and immediately took it upon himself to teach all of his peers the secrets of bravery. Upon his death, an entire week was dedicated to his exploits on the fields of justice. Taken from his teachings, each day of the week became strengthened by the power of a different item that Collar had blessed. If one of his pupils fights on a particular day, Collar's ghost will bless them with exceptional bravery should they build only boots in his sainted item, of course. The spirit of bravery will shine upon any summoner that follows Brave St. Collar's original build, triple stack plus Triforce. Mondays became the day of the malady. His pupils are able to attack more than 2.4 times per second by stacking this item. Tiamat Tuesdays are amongst the most virtuous days. Collar's followers will be able to damage all of their opponents by attacking only one of them on this day. The middle of the week marks the hardest day for his followers to bear. On Wednesday he gives his blessing in the form of immense defense, Warmog's armor. Thursdays were marked as the day of the thirst. Bloodthirsters will provide the kick needed to get to the weekend. Friday was a day of reflection upon the week, as well as payday. Philosopher's Stones must be purchased on this day to capitalize. The weekend is kicked off with celebration of Collar's brave feats, Snowball Saturdays. Scepter Sundays allow us rest by giving us a tool to walk with. Any item that can be fitted to the end of a walking stick is a brave item this day. Just as WRA is rumored to have created bravery, and it was Collar that improved it, the prophecies predict that a brave summoner will perfect it in the future. So, fellow TLER, ask yourself the following: is there bravery inside you? Are you man enough to celebrate bravery every day of the week, in a ranked game? If the answer is yes to either of those, Collar's tomb will accept gifts in his honor. His spirit is most pleased by images of how bravery has benefited his pupils. Take a screenshot of your post-game stats and brave items and I will lay it on his headstone. Additionally, you may give written accounts of how the spirit of bravery moved through you and you were able to overcome improbable or impossible odds by charging in recklessly and with a furor blessed by Manthean, even if you died for it. Any summoner who can prove their bravery in this thread will go into the Hall of Bravery and be granted a brave title, ever to be respected by their fellows and feared by their enemies. Be brave, Collar.